Yeah. So today is the fourth VIM sprint, and today we will do a little bit of everything: motions, commands, and configurations. So if you can open your VI up in servers, Eris1 or PNL, that'd be nice. So copy the practice file into your home directory. Or if you're using your own VIM, open just VIM with any random text file or text file that you get from my JIT. Open them up. As usual, we will recap first. So that was on the first day. So we started off by improving our motions from using arrows to HJKL and jumping around using GG, capital G, caret, and $sign, going forward and end, top, bottom, and high and low, half page down by Control D and U, and finding a word by F, moving by word by W and B. These get time, these actually takes time for you to learn them. Like now, I guess you are constantly thinking to use them. But once they get used to it, like after using it for weeks, then they can definitely save you time. On the second day, we did command, deleting by X. We can put numbers in front of it. 200X will delete 200 characters. Capital D will delete everything from the cursor to the end of the line. Double D was deleting the line, so we can also put numbers in front of it, say 1000 double D, then it will delete 1000 lines from the cursor point. We also copied by capital Y, yanking, and then pasting it, and then P. We could also move around between yanking and pasting. So yank by capital Y, and then we can move around and then find the right spot and press the P in order to paste it. We could also paste it more than once by putting number in front of P. If you do 300P, you will paste the line that you copied 300 times. And that was a bit tricky, the select part. So we could go to select mode, which was also called visual mode, by pressing V. And then we could move around with motion keys here. And then we could yank them, or we could delete them. And then, we could paste them again. We can select the whole lines by capital V. And we could also select blocks, which is not possible in general editors. Yes, and yesterday we also did running Linux commands, right? Put the exclamation mark in front of the Linux commands and put it after colon, then you can run them within VIM. But this, after running this, you return to VIM, but if you do read something, it reads the outputs or read the text file into the VIM that you have opened. So this is very useful. Also, rather than moving around with those little keys, now you could search. So if you see a word that you move to, say if you want to move to DWI, then /DWI and enter. And if you see subject 1, then just /subject1 and enter, and move around by using N, small n, or capital N. Okay, and we also did a substitution. So we could change WA into double H, capital H. But we also noticed that if you just do this, it will just change the first WA on the line, not every WA on the line. So to change everything, you have to put G/G for general, and we have to put %sign in front of the S in order to change every line. Yep, it was yesterday. And today there are a few more commands. You can try them as I go along them. I'll do it with you at the after going through the slides. But yeah, those are the ones. Capital J. If you do capital J, it will merge the next line with the current line. Try that. And R is for replacing. If a cursor is on, say, a letter C, then if you press RA, it will change the letter C into A. If you do this, they will change the letter into B. If you do capital R, it will change your cursor into a replace mode, and you can just change whatever has been written on the line with the things that you actually type from the point. Yeah, we'll try them together. And this, I think this is what many of you guys want. So now we will split the screen. by giving colon split, you can split the terminals in half. And if you you will split them horizontally, and you can also open a new script or new text in the script in the splitted window by giving an input to it. You can also split them vertically. This is what I normally do. It is easier to work around with the vertical split rather than horizontal split. So just remember vertical split, and I normally open another script in the splitted screen. So when you split the screen, you have to move around, but in order to move around, you have to know this shortcut. So in order to go left, you have to press Ctrl W first, and then H. And then if you want to move to right, Ctrl W and to the right. Just note that HLJK is the same key for moving around your cursor. You're just putting Ctrl W in front of it. So your moving keys are exactly the same. This is another thing that is quite useful. So rather than splitting the same window into 2 or 3 or 4, you will open a new tabs within the VIM. So it is a new window, but inside the same VIM. So you'll be able to go back and forth different tabs. Let's do them together later. And yes, now it is finally the insert mode. So I know you have been using insert mode with I quite extensively, or A, but there are different keys for going into insert mode. There are quite many. If you do I, you know what it is, you become insert and you can type stuff. If you do capital I, your cursor will move to the first letter of the line, and you'll be able to write from there. Just without moving your key arrows, without H, just type capital I, then you will start writing from the beginning of the line. A, it is very similar to I, but it will start appending the words after the cursor that you are positioned. If the capital A, very similar to capital I, you are appending something at the end of the line. So if you see some line that needs editing at the end of the line, just go to that line and press capital A. Yeah, let's see them together. And you can also start inserting from the line below by pressing O. You can also start inserting from the line above by pressing capital O. So it's just I, A, and O, small and capitals. Yeah. Okay, so whenever you go into the insert mode, I told you to come back out whenever you finish writing. So writing, come back out, writing, come back out by pressing ESC. But if you look at the motion of the hands, it is much better than pressing arrows, but it's still quite a lot from your natural position. So what many people do is that they actually map ESC into double J. So say if you press double J in the insert mode, writing something, it just pops out into the normal mode or motion mode. You may be wondering then, how do I write double J in my writing? Then you can write JJ very slowly, then it works. But there are very few words with double J in. I looked up, there were like less than 10, and I didn't know what they mean. So you rarely use double J in your actual words. So don't worry about it. To change JJ into ESC, look at the motion that you can save. So this is pressing ESC. This is pressing JJ. Your hand stays very, very stable when you change ESC into JJ. Also, when you open a script in Neuroimaging, or Bash or Python, you normally go down by pressing J anyway. So you can just go down and then write something. Then your index finger and going up for middle finger will be just keep pressing the buttons, and it will let you be out of the insert mode very easily. So we're going to do that today. If you do colon IMAP, JJ, space JJ, space ESC in those brackets, then you will map ESC as JJ in the insert mode. Let's try them together. Yeah, so rather than from now, I'll be highlighting to press ESC as well as pressing double J all the time. When you turn on, then just press JJ after mapping. Okay, we can also set a number. So sometimes someone said, oh, there's an error in line 200. Then you don't know what line that is. But if you do colon set number, lines will show up. And if you do colon set number and the n sign at the end, it will turn off the lines. So this is the default option that I normally want. And if you do 200G, it will take you to the line 200. If you do 300 capital G, it will take you to the line 300G. Okay, so this is another tip, or you don't have to know this, but when you copy and paste loads of times, we are very used to pasting in the insert mode. But the copy and paste that we did is in the normal mode. You remember? There are ways there's ways to paste in the insert mode as well. You can do that by Control R and then pressing 0. Control R, pressing 0. Let's do them together. Okay, this is what you want as well. It's quite long today, isn't it? I think this is the final script. So there's an auto completion as well. This is the function that you really want. Sometimes there are variables that's being coming up, like DWI, like subject, like directory, something like this. You can automatically load them up by pressing Control N and Control N again for going down and Control P for going up. Or if you have the whole line you want to be repeated, which was included in different lines of the same document, press Control X and Control L. Control X and then Control L. That will show list of lines that you want to put in. I can show you them together. And this is something that is very useful. So say you're making a script in a folder where there's loads of Nifty files, and you want to bring the images in. You could use :R and then ls, but you could also use this Control X and then Control S, where it show you the list of files in the same directory, so you can write them faster. You don't even have to write them; they automatically write it for you. Yeah, let's do them together. So practicals, I will connect to Eris1 server now. Yep, I'm in Eris1. There was a file. I'll copy data, PNL, kcho, practice into my home directory practice.txt. And I'm going to open it with VI. Practice.txt. I'll open it with VI. Attention, I already, if you guys see something like this, this means that you have opened the text file in different windows. So you can just find the other window with VI opening that same document, or you can just do edit anyway by pressing capital E. Okay, this is the document. Let's try. So now you know how to move around, right? J, moving down, $, caret. I want to do search by when. I want to search money. I want to see whether there's another money by pressing N. There's no money. Bundles. Yep. So we could search capital H, capital N, Control D, Control up, F, F, capital S. We can do that now. W and B, you know it. I'm going to delete them by X. I want to go to the top and delete 10 characters. I want to come 10 lines down, another 10 lines down, and then I want to delete everything from the point to the end of the line by capital D. I'm going to repeat that by dot, come down, dot, come down, dot, and I want to delete the whole line by double D. Yeah, we've done that, right? We could have copied them by capital Y and paste them, Y and paste them, capital Y and paste, 1,000 times paste. There'll be 1,000 lines. I want to revert that by U. I want to redo that, Control R. Yeah, we've done that. And this is something that we did yesterday. We could see what's inside the same directory by exclamation mark ls. Yeah, this is Linux now. We could also run something like cat and practice. Yeah, we could have read in the outputs from the Linux file. I want to read in all the nifty files in the same directory. What I do is ls star.nii.gz, then it's gonna read in the outputs of this into here. Yeah, I have fairly many nifty files in the same directory. Okay, we could have changed. We could have substitute every of into in globally. Yep, just done. About that. Okay. So this is what we did today. Capital J will merge the lines. Capital J will merge the lines into one. You see? And if I do R Z, it just changed R into Z. Okay. Okay, and if I do capital R, it will be a replace mode. I can overwrite them. You see what it's doing? Okay. And now this is something that is good. I'm going to split the screen into above and half by colon split. See? Your cursor is here. If you want to move down, Control W and J. Your cursor is here now. You can move around. If you want to go up, Control W and up key, K, you're here. It is very useful sometimes to have two scripts open and then copy around the lines that you want. Say, I give you an example of script that you might run for human connected pipeline that you opened up, and you open your new script up and copy the lines that you actually wanted. This is very useful at the times. Since they are the same file, I'm going to just quit them. Then it just closes them. Now we're going to do vertical split again. Colon VS. It splits screen by the vertical lines. You can move around by Control W and go into the right L. Move around, Control W and H for going left. Right. I'm going to merge them again by colon. You can also do only. It will leave only that screen that your cursor is in. Okay, now I want to open a new file. I'll open vs home directory .bashrc. So this will open my bashrc in the split screen. See? So say I want to copy a line here. I'll do capital Y here, and I'll move to right screen by Control W and L. I want to paste it here by pressing P. So you can easily move around like the scripts, and then you can paste it here. Okay, I'll close the other screen by pressing colon only. Okay, that. We did that, and tabs. Just let's try colon tab new. So opening a new file is only cache. It's not saved or anything. It's just new VIM window. So you can write something. And in order to go back, press GT is for next tab. Since we have only two tabs, it will just be moving around the two tabs. Okay. You can open new tabs again, tab new. If you do G capital T, we'll go to the previous one, G capital T, previous, GT, go to the next. You can also copy start from here to the next easily. You close them if you don't want to save them by Q exclamation mark. If you want to save them, colon, save as, home directory, practice.s dot underscore temp underscore sh or something. You can save them. If you don't want to save them, just quit. Yeah, different modes, you can try them. I is simple. If I do capital I from here, I'll be adding here. You see? Capital I, I'll be adding here. End of line, capital I, I'm still adding here. Similarly, capital A will be adding something at the end here. See, my cursor is here. If I do capital A, I'll be adding here. Yeah, keep trying something like that, and try O and capital O. I use it a lot. Yeah. Adding up and down. And now let's map ESC into JJ. Let's do something like colon and IMAP space JJ space, I don't know what's that called, Denmark ESC. And then press enter. Nothing happens, but now go into insert mode and write something. And then write JJ. Now you're out of insert mode. Try again, write something, JJ comes out. So now try going down the document with J and then write in random line. I'm gonna write here, JJ. 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 See, your hands are in the same position. You are just pressing, you are just using your index fingers to come out of the insert mode. That's gonna save loads of motions. So it's much more efficient. JJ, JJ, okay? Now keep pressing JJ. That's what you have to remember. Let's show lines by colon set space number. Now you see the lines, right? Let's go to the line 200. 200, capital G. See? I want to go 450, capital G. This is end of the line, so it takes you to the end of the line. I'll do 130, capital G. Yeah, takes here. Very useful. If you want to remove the number, just do set number and end sign. Removes it. I want this. Yes, and paste. Normally you just copy them and then paste it in the insert mode. But sometimes you want to write it and then you want to paste it here. By the way that you learned, you probably have to go up by pressing JJ and then press P here. But I don't want to do that. I want to write and Control R0. It's going to paste directly without going out of insert mode. So that's another good tip. Okay, auto completion. So there are loads of words in the document. So let's try whether it works. So go into insert mode. I'm insert mode now, and try pressing Control N. Then it will show you this weird window. Press Control N again, it will go down. Control P will go back the list. And you can just choose them by using space, notes, transcriber, Philip, and Smith or something. But this is calling everything. Control N calls everything in the insert mode. If you just want to call the line, Control X, and then Control L. So I'm in the insert mode now, Control X, and then Control L will call the whole line. So I want to do, sorry, Control X, Control L. I want to do this line. I want to do that line, something like this. Okay, it's quite useful. And what if you want to files? So go into install mode and then Control X and Control F for file. See, it's only showing the directories, all the files in the VIM, in the place that you opened up the VIM. Very handy, comes very handy. Yeah, there was practicals. And same as yesterday, I put resources, the same resources at the end of the PDF that I'm going to send you. And yes, that's the end of it for today. Thank you. If you have questions,